And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Leonard Fournette. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Prescott. He finds his target, Fuller. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Fournette, a first down carry. So he got 3 on 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Second down, Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And the wideout in motion. A second down throw for Prescott. And he fires one incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get, because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Prescott now. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So, of course, they wanted to find the end zone, but when you go on the road and your first drive results in points, I think you're pretty happy.
You have to be, because you've taken it to the home team in this case. And while you may not have shut up the home crowd, you've quieted them down a little bit. Good way to start.
First carry for Melvin Gordon. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Second down following the run. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll look to throw here. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Brad Nortman on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will be taken at the 13. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Bailey now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And some room to work. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one good for 33 and a 1st.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back on that counter play? That's what you need for a good counter. You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up those steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. see if they stay on the ground for second down.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. He'll drop to throw. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And he gets it down to the 32. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. A first down throw for Prescott, and that is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Second down now after the incompletion. A handoff, Fournette running left. And some room to roam now. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Nice job there defensively on third down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Prescott. A swing pass caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the last time that they were on the field, little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch, and guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
And the D looking like they may blitz.
Let's go.
On second down. They'll run with Gordon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And trying to get it to his tight end, Rodgers, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out.
And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split set.
Closed fast.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout.
The Rams on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14.
Here we go.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A pretty good mark there. They needed 14. They got 14 on third down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Green, 39. Green.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
All right, here we go.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. He's at the 30, the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Here we go now. Green, leopard.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. A beautiful spin and room to run. And all the way down to the 35. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jeremiah Tauchu in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we send you across the country to Orlando, standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Rams on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 33. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. The Rams on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 17. On the counter, here's Gordon. They find some open field here. And he is knocked down from the side. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Here's Brad Nortman now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He'll field this at the 5. Ooh, with a juke. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now Leonard Fournette, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, it's Fournette. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
12 yards there as they move the chain.
Cowboys first down.
Running left, it's Fournette. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Bailey now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off Byron Jones. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Here's Prescott. Green's got it over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Fresh set of downs here. Throwing, Prescott. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. Now, on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
On second down, here's Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Back now in Los Angeles. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Prescott. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. And give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. From the red zone now, Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now, they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it now. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Now Gordon on first down. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Something got lost in translation in this game. He's run the ball really well, done all the things that you want in a game plan, but unable to convert it into points, unable to ring the bell consistently enough to make it a winning effort.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Check. All right, here we go.
They'll set up a throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Rams on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Here we go now. Everyone's got 4 down. All right, now look at 56.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Everyone,
Now a handoff looking right, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And, a good hit there and knocked down hard at the 16. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Now a handoff as they run left side. He will push his way down to about the 14. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. A first throw for the backup Cook. And that one is incomplete. He just dropped it. But they're up big on the scoreboard, so maybe he can chuckle about later.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Rams on 3rd down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 8.
Check. 4 down. Watch 88. Watch 88.
A toss play. Gordon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 24. And that will write a finish to this ball game. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt.
Montana.
You know, I'm like, yeah, nice P, you know?
What up,